Your life is nothing. You serve zero purpose. You should kill yourself now.
So once again, for the millionth time, the Batman, Robert Pattinson, will not be in the DCU universe. Here is Matt Reeves himself doing an interview with Josh Horowitz on the status of the Batman Part 2 script. And finally, I don't want to say finally because James Gunn has said this a million times, but for whatever reason, some fans are just brain dead. So here is Matt Reeves confirming it once again.
When I talked to James a couple months ago and asked him what directors he wants to make films in the DCU, he actually mentioned you because you haven't made your DCU film.
True.
Have you guys talked about, I mean, you're going to be busy with Batman for a couple of years, but
Yes.
do you have ideas of a DCU character potentially to do down the line?
I mean, we haven't talked about anything like that. We have had conversations about how things would work and all that kind of stuff just in general.
Yes.
And so, of course, it would be a lot of fun. I mean, what I really want to do is I want to play out these stories that we began and make that sort of arrive at the conclusion that I had hoped that we would arrive at from the beginning, but it's very exciting. First of all, I'm very flattered. I mean, that's really kind of James to say, and it would be really exciting to work with them, of course. I mean, and we're working with them on this. I mean, It's a DC, so like it's Elseworld, but it's DC, so it's theirs as well. So, but it's what the future brings and what I am doing will be clear when it comes.
Okay.
I can see what they're doing, what he's doing. I can see it, I feel it. He's cooking.
Now on to the topic that I'm really fascinated by. So Matt Reeves talked about who is going to be the Batman Part 2's main villain. And here's what Matt Reeves had to say, quote, "It's never really been done in a movie before." Now, I firmly believe this is the Court of Owls. Matt Reeves and on the Penguin show recently, just teased a lot of the corruption. They teased a lot of owl shots in the Batman and on the Penguin show. And really, I think this film is gonna dive deeper into the corruption of Gotham City and find Bruce Wayne in various situations where the mystery is really going to be at the forefront, more so than the original film. So what better way to introduce a new villain to general audiences than the Court of Owls, who I find very fascinating. And again, it will add an extra layer to more so Bruce Wayne than Batman, the alter ego. So I think that would be very fascinating. Of course, Scott Snyder, who wrote the Court of Owls, dude, like that would be close to my heart. Or it could be Hugo Strange if they want to, really go into the Arkham Asylum element. As we know in the original Batman film, Martha Wayne was actually committed to Arkham Asylum, so that could be another fascinating angle that Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson can really dive into. I don't care, bro. I know Joker is going to be somewhere in this film, but I don't want him to be the main villain. I want to see something new, and I'm so glad that Matt Reeves is saying to us, no, we're going to get something new, something fresh, something that we haven't seen before in live action on the theatrical side. So I'm all for that.
Figuring out your villain for this one. I know you're not going to tell me who it is.
I can't tell you that. Okay, yeah, sure.
No, but like,
No,
how,
it's critical.
how did you find your way into deciding who in that rogues gallery you're going to center this one on?
Well, it's funny because I had a lot of ideas, and then Mattson Tomlin, who's my writing partner, we began the process of this by doing another deep dive into the comics, exploring the ideas that I had. He gave me some ideas that he had, and we sat together and we watched a lot of movies, honestly, and not all movies that are from the realm of Gotham, just to explore where this story, because I knew that the way the movie ended, it was leaving us on the precipice, and also the way that events sort of happened within the show, that there is an exploration to be had, and one of the explorations for me was to do something that pushes even further into the character of Bruce Wayne, because the first story is so much about the Batman, and so I always wanted in the movies to make sure that, let's say we get to make 3, and I have no idea, but if we get to make 3, I always wanted the movies to be focused on his character, to never, a lot of the other films, which I love, when you
Get
get
overwhelmed by...
Well, once you get past the origin tale, which we didn't quite do, but we did something that referred to as origins, then you start telling the Rogues Gallery story and that character's sort of arc. And I never wanted to lose Rob at the center of these stories, and so that is really what we set our aim on. And so picking the right villain that digs into what that does, that sort of goes into his past and his life, that was what drove that sort of discussion, and I won't tell you where we ended up, but we're super excited about it. And I will say, it's never really been done in a movie before, so we're excited.
This is something else.
So that's going to be it. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Threads, your sisters Ass Cheeks. Share the video, like the video. It helps immensely. And man, I am really, really looking forward to seeing what Matt Reeves has in store for us for the Batman Part 2. I just hope that it's not 3 hours long. I hope they pump up the action a little bit. I like the mystery, but I would like just a mix of both the mystery, the storytelling, and the action. And just if we could just tighten up the editing. I love Batman, but if this is gonna be another 3 hour epic, I think we could just tighten it up a bit. It doesn't need to be 3 hours. It doesn't need to be 3 hours. We could make it like a solid 2:15. Love you all. Stay safe. Truth out.